I feel like Jack Eichel today, he had, I guess, a conference call kind of recapping the season now that they know they're not going to play again. Could have just played the tape from a year ago or the year before that, because it's just the same story every year. Go south for Buffalo. He had a good year. What's up, Jack? How do you feel about the coach? How do you feel about the GM? A lot of gotcha questions trying to get him to basically just say, I'm either out of here or I want big changes.
Yeah.
But I think he handled it appropriately. I mean, everyone understands he's not happy. He shouldn't be happy. He still hasn't played a playoff game. And guys who came into the league with, like McDavid and Matthews, et cetera, they've had those opportunities. And I know people in Buffalo are not going to be happy that I'm asking this question, but like, how far away are we from Michael saying, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Is it another year? Is it 2 years? Like, he's on term for a long term, but he can't just throw away his career in a spot that just continues to churn out losing season after losing season.
Yeah. No, you're right. And look, the window is obviously closing, no doubt about that. And his frustration is abundantly obvious. Got a real good dose of that. And some believe that it's solely directed at Jason Botterill, the general manager. I think he's just genuinely frustrated with the direction of the team, the lack of success that they've had. And, to some degree, he accepts part of his responsibility for that. But as you say, Brian, his numbers this past season were terrific. I mean, Jack Eichel seems like he's doing everything that he can do. He's an emotional guy. Sabres like what they see in him as a leader. So I know that no one inside management or no one inside the organization was annoyed or offended by what he said. And I think in a lot of respects, they share his frustration and his want to win, but not necessarily on Jack. It falls at the feet of some of their younger players. Botterill can't just keep bringing people in. Like, the players who are in Buffalo have got to find a way to help that team get back into the playoff conversation.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think they've got some really good young pieces there. The Olofsson kid looks like he can play. I've told Brian this. I think Allmark's going to be a good goaltender. He took another step this year before getting injured. But, it all has to come together at some point. You can't just be on the cusp of they're young. Like Skinner, I don't know how many Buffalo games I did this year. I think 2 or 3.
Brutal.
Skinner signs for $9 million, and then there were times where I'm watching him where you could see him visibly frustrated like that, whether he wasn't playing with Eichel, whether it wasn't going good for him. Whether that's Botterill's fault for giving him that much money. Like, Skinner was a guy who's, I think, if he's healthy, he's 30-plus goals. He wasn't a very good player consistently this year for them. And they had too many of those guys, I think, that they expected more out of and didn't produce outside of Eichel.
I agree. And that's got to be the focus from a management perspective. I'm sure Ralph Kruger feels the same. But, just to circle back, I didn't get the sense when I touched base with Buffalo today that anyone is upset with what Jack Eichel said. They don't like that he felt compelled that he had to say it, but they see qualities in him that make him a good leader. And one of those qualities is being abundantly honest, and he certainly has been that.